Yeah, I'm just kind of showing you how hard it's raining, just so you can have an idea of what we're looking at. But it's coming down pretty good out here. And that's the spot up there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's wide open. Rain again. What y'all in here doing?
We're in here preparing for Orlando and Tallahassee, Florida.
I need a vacation right now. It's like we need to go on vacation right now. Can we leave tonight?
Did you tell them you almost fired the people?
Yeah, I did. I told them that, you know, they didn't understand English, but they understood the language of angry. This man is angry. Let's figure out what this man is talking about. Like, you know. Yeah.
I'm in between. I'm not quite a girl.
This is the first time I'm actually coming to y'all in real time since we've gone on vacation.
The struggle, I find the real me. I feel the pull of who I should be, caught between the past and what I can see. The weight of the change rests on my chest. Questions that made no sense. I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems soft, a place to play.
And I feel so refreshed, so just excited to get started with our new homeschool year.
The days turn heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place a new self was made. I'm in between. I'm not quite old. A woman both in myself. Learning to balance, learning to be. I find the real me. I'm not quite old. A woman both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be. I find the real me.
What is up, I.A.G family? This is the first time I'm actually coming to y'all in real time since we've gone on vacation, and I feel so refreshed, so just excited to get started with our new homeschool year. The boys had a wonderful time. We learned so many amazing things, y'all. We went on a safari and we saw so many cool animals, and it was just like, it was like the highlight of the trip. I have like probably several little moments that I will remember for the rest of my life of just us coming together as a family and doing some amazing things, seeing some amazing things. And yeah, we saw like literally the giraffe was just walking across the street that we were driving on. There were no fences, no barriers. The animals were just like right there, right outside the it was kind of like a big a van or bus. It was like open, it didn't have windows, so you're like right there exposed to the air and the elements and the animals, and it was just so cool. And so even though the boys and I and Tim, we were like taking a break from homeschool to go on vacation, we still learn so much, and I'll be able to implement those things into our homeschool once we get started. And yeah, so that's coming up actually just in a couple tomorrow. That's coming up tomorrow. We'll start our new school year. Even though we homeschool year round, we took like a vacation this year where we didn't homeschool, but we did so much on the vacation where we like learned. And yeah, I had to turn y'all around because this was almost to where y'all could see Emma, and she is completely changed. But let me talk a little bit more about our amazing vacation. Those videos are coming up, but we still have videos to come to you where we're preparing for vacation and getting ready to leave. We're doing this last push before we leave. Tim was able to accomplish so much on Emma, but yeah, vacation. Amazing. It really was, and we're so excited to get started with this new school year. And sometimes you just have to like trust the Lord. And I've been like praying and planning, but we learned so much, to me, unexpectedly on vacation, that it's like, even though we were taking a break, God had a plan that we would learn in just a unique way. And it really was like a field trip, like how you go to the aquarium. We went to Epcot, and they have kind of like an aquarium in there, and we were able to see the fish and learn about the fish and learn different things about the different animals. So it was really cool. And it's just cool to kind of trust God, because we homeschool year round with the attitude that we are not just learning in a classroom, but we are learning on the farm. We have vocational homeschool. So there are days where we can take trips and we can, experience the vocational stuff, and we can go to the library, and we do all those different things as part of homeschool. So us being able to like be in the classroom year round gives us the ability to have those like field trip like experiences and those opportunities all throughout the year. We're not just limited to a summer vacation. We can take a vacation at any time, and we can also take a break to do like a field trip or to do a vocational thing, something where we know that the boys are really going to learn. And so this trip for me, I thought it was just going to be, it was fun, but I didn't expect to learn so much. And so the fact that the boys were able to learn so much, I learned so much, Tim learned so much, was such an added bonus. And so even though we took, I think, 3 weeks off, we took a significant amount of time off. For me, for someone that homeschools year round, I was like, wow, that's a lot of time. But I was like, completely okay with it, because we had gone so hard throughout the year. And it's just so amazing, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and we felt led to take this vacation. And so we ended up not only getting the rest that we needed, we still learned stuff, and we really did gel and bond together as a family. So it's been amazing. We feel so refreshed, and we are ready and raring to start this new school year. But yeah, y'all, we accomplished so much also before we even went on vacation, and you'll see that. I know Tim has been going back and forth about, okay, did he do the roof or did the contractors do the roof? And you will have to see what happens, because he said, oh, yeah, we're going to do the roof. But, until the roof is actually being put on by somebody else, you don't know. I gotta watch it, y'all, because it was just right over there. I keep, accidentally picking y'all. But no, you don't know who did the roof until you actually, see it for yourself. But nah, y'all, we had contractors come out and do the roofing. But you will have to see how it goes, because, nobody can do it like Tim. But he did oversee the process. And even though you know, having the roof meant we had kind of had to shift a little bit. It put us far, far ahead on our goals because we have a roof, you know. So that's really cool that we're completely dried in, and we don't have to worry about those sides that he was, you know, trying to figure out how to get watertight and things like that. So the roofers were, you know, kind of wanting to do it a different way, but God intervened on that as well, and now we actually have a roof. But y'all will have to see how that process goes, how that, you know, how that all comes into being. But yeah, so we did raise the roof, y'all, and yeah, it's just been a blessing to see how everything has come together on Emma. And the most wonderful thing was being able to drive up after being away for a week, over a week really, up after being away, and see, you know, I forgot how it looked, you know, because we had been away from the house for so long. But to drive up and to see it again with fresh eyes and to see how solid it is, and I really do think that we just, like, we are literally making the best mobile home that I've ever seen. Just the structure is so much more solid. The beautiful doors and windows. It was just amazing to come home to something that was so just, you know, substantive. I guess it was just like, you know, solid. It's there, you know, and you know, it's called a mobile home, but we've really made it a home and established it here. And, you know, we could still move it, but, you know, we're making it solid here right where it is and really pouring into it. And I see the fruit of that. I really do. Because when we come on the property now and drive up to it, it's so much more solid than it was before. It just, it looks like a home. It really does. It looks like a home. So, it no longer looks like something we can easily pick up and move. So that's really, really cool to see that come. The fruit of all Tim's labor and all of our family's labor, to see that really like bud and flower and come forth. That's been really, really cool. It looks amazing, and y'all, there's more to come. I am also super excited. The boys are doing farm chores back there behind me. You probably can't see them anymore. They've been going back and forth. But the things that we've done also on the farm to prep, we did it to prep for vacation, but also just prepping for winter as well. The farm is like operating top notch. All the animals are doing really well, and they are, you can hear the rooster crowing behind me. They are like at their peak. All of our animals are healthy. All of them are just doing great. We've got some meat chickens that are getting bigger and bigger every day. So it's going to be time to butcher them soon, which is coming at the perfect time because it's just starting to get like cool. Even though it's been a hot couple of days in Mississippi, and hey, we could have that all the way up to December where we just have a hot day like out of the blue. But yeah, so it's been really cool to see also all the work that we did prepping the farm come you know, full circle when we came back and we saw all the animals are really, really doing well. Actually, I think that our animals that we have now are flourishing, and they're probably doing the best that we've ever that any animal we've ever had has done. Seriously, because all of them are healthy, all of them are doing well. You know, when we first got our sheep, well, we have the black belly sheep. Well, when we first got the Katahdin sheep, they all of them were not hardy and adapted to our fields, to our, you know, weather, and a lot of them died, but now all the Katahdins that we had are super healthy. They don't get sick. They're adapted to our weather. They're adapted to our fields. And so it was a hard thing at first, having animals that die, but now we have a healthy stock of animals, and their babies that they're having are also healthy as well. So that was a hard decision at the time, to not worm the animals, but if they got really sick, to let them die. We did do some treatments, but now the animals that we have are hardy, and we don't have to worm anybody. And so that's really cool. And they have all these pastures that they can rotate and move around and graze on. So that's really cool now to see also the fruit of that, and to see that we have healthy animals that can be, you know, left with a farm sitter and with the things that they need, and they still do well. So that's been amazing, to come home to a functioning farm, to come home to a beautiful house with siding and a roof. And so y'all are going to see that process unfold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They're working it down. Just that little bit right there would have took me a week. Nah, probably not a week, but yeah, probably would have took me about a week to get that full side done with those strips, because y'all can see they have like 2 men on the ground. They have 4 men up on the roof. They have somebody down cutting boards at the bottom. They got somebody else bringing tin. They got one person nailing. When that person gets tired, they let another person start nailing. And so it's just amazing that, you know, the work that this crew is doing, that this is the level of work that I do myself. You know, and if they didn't do this roof for me, then I was gonna do it myself as well. And my time frame for doing it was probably like 2 weeks. Is probably what I would have gave myself to get this whole roof done. But a vacation is gonna be much needed for this family right here. But this is the reason why I did the siding myself. Because my fear is that, because you know how companies do. They're not gonna come in and just tear down like a little piece and then OSB. No, they're gonna tear all the siding out the whole house. You know, and then they're gonna come back the next day and get started putting up OSB. You know what I'm saying? So all night I have to sit there like watching the weather report, as if me watching and stressing can change it at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me, for real. But anyway, so we need a vacation, and hopefully by the time y'all see this video, we're going on vacation, because Megan just let y'all know when we're going and how many weeks we got left.